Who is Emilio to you?
Oh my god. Is this the famous Emilio Costa? Alright, what do you want to know? Emilio is a good friend. I think he's very loyal, and I think he's a very supportive person.
Emilio, he's just a really good friend. He's somebody that I trust, that I can talk to and open up to with zero judgment.
He was a friend of mine in high school, and he was always a pretty fun guy. A godly, charismatic guy who is, Well, I knew him like freshman and sophomore year. We went to high school together. And I don't know, he's like a kind, sweet guy who's there for you. Yeah, I would say that, and I think he also works hard and likes to help people pursuing their dreams, as well as him working hard to pursue his own.
He's a guy I went to homecoming with. He's really funny.
He's just all around a great guy.
He used to wear these really funny costumes. One time, he showed up to school for like the club fair wearing this knight in shining armor outfit, and it was the funniest thing ever.
Kind of gives off the like wrestler vibe, and like also theater kid vibe, and like also like just like a very positive like A and always happy vibe.
Funny guy who used to go to my high school, and he was a pretty smart guy.
So he just has made me happy, I guess.
It's hard to explain. He's just really good at helping
really
people
understanding and really supportive person. He was the first person to ever ask me to homecoming, so he really gave me a great. He has impacted my life in ways that words cannot describe.
Thank you for being a great friend.
You dork. It made me really happy when someone asked me to homecoming.
I love you, brother.
Hey, wake up.
Oh,
Hey, wake up. Gotta film.
for God's sake. What do you want?
You gotta film, remember?
Fine, whatever.
What's your strengths?
Are you really asking me about my strengths, David?
I know your strengths, I'm just doing it for the
I
camera.
think everyone knows how strong I am.
I don't think the freshmen know it.
A freshman?
Yes.
Fine, you know what? I'll show you guys a sample of my strength.
Come on. Get
Alright, so how would you describe yourself?
Oh. I would describe myself as an unconventionally attractive. Really unconventionally attractive.
You're very scarily into weaponry, and sometimes that worries me.
Oh.
To me, Emilio is a funny guy who used to go to my high school, and he was a pretty smart guy. And I remember that there was this one guy who like told our principal that he was looking up weaponry in the middle of class. So
Yeah, he's a bit of a weapon head, but I've been concerned about that for a very long time, but... Alright, let's go. Mortgage, a house, a car, maybe save up for a child. Just look at all that. You don't need all that.
Yes, I do.
Hey, wake up.
What the heck, bro?
Why are you asleep?
Because I can.
You have to film. Let's get up.
Fine.
Ah.
Hey, I'm in the middle of this room, in front of my laundry.
What's the point you're trying to make here?
The point is, this is a very awkward interview setup.
Okay, well then where would you like to go then? So like, why do you act so flamboyant? so extra, as the hit kids would say.
Okay, care to explain a bit more?
Like, why do you act like you're always being filmed?
Simple, I have no father figure when I was growing up, and I got my masculine traits from film. So that's why I act the way I am.
Well, kind of ironic that I'm making a film about you.
Right, it's really ironic that I am actually shooting for a film career, right?
Yeah, say hi to the camera.
Howdy. But yeah, that's basically pretty much it.
It's like,
For 12 years of my life, I had no father figure because he was here in America. My father was here in America, and it was only till recently when I moved here to the United States. Yeah, but for most of my life, yeah.
so like, what movies made you the way you are?
I mean, the biggest part are American movies, superhero movies especially. That's why I tend to act like a superhero so much, because I grew up watching a ton of superhero movies. Most prominent figures were Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man for me.
Basic.
Call me basic, but I nerded out on them.
Yeah.
I was the OG nerd before it was so cool.
Yeah, but you have other cool superheroes like Blue Beetle, Plastic Man, all that cool stuff, That's cool.
Yeah, I know about those. If it weren't for Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man, I wouldn't be immersed in Captain America, Wolverine, Punisher.
Why do you always have to be the center of attention?
Because I never got the center of attention when I was a kid.
Because it was painfully obvious, in the earlier days, that you were just putting a persona up,
Yeah.
Who's the ideal person that you want to be? Is that your persona? The ideal person you want to be?
Yeah.
Dang, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it's more complicated than that. But I wasn't expecting
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to be the best me that I can. I try to be the person that I want to be.
How would what makes you come out of that phase?
What do you mean what makes me come out of that
what makes
phase?
you break character?
That's the problem, David. People think it's just a persona. Well, yes, in some spectrum it quite is, but in reality, that's an extension of me. That's me. It may be just a front or a mask for some people, but in reality, everyone has different personas. You have a different persona when you talk to some people, right? I mean, some. It's in everyone. I just happen to be consistent with it.
It's kind of hard to tell, when you switch from, I guess, the easiest way is, public versus private.
Because people think that there should be a difference.
Yeah,
I don't have that difference.
The line is so blurred.
It's like people expect me to be the real me, but when I do give it that, they think it's a fake or a persona. They think it's just boisterous or arrogant.
I mean, can you really blame them?
No, I can't. I really can't. But sometimes what you think is not true is true.
So, what tear down those walls, hypothetically?
So it started when I was in 8th grade when I moved here to America. I started gaining a lot more confidence in myself, and slowly but surely my walls started to go down, and it revealed who you think is a character.
So if I were to send you back to the Philippines, you would just go back into your shell, right?
Well, now, not really, because I just,
Dang, because I was thinking about deporting you. But anyway.
When I was a kid, I was the fat kid. I was the fatso. I got picked on all the time. That's why I was very, reserved, quiet, shy, all that.
I mean, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, but I could still whoop your ass.
Yeah, true.
And look what you're doing.
I mean, I could probably outrun you.
You want to test that theory?
Go.
So, you got a pizza.
Don't ask where.
So get this, right? You said you could outrun me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 10 to 20 pounds heavier than... No, actually, no. 100 pounds heavier than you.
Maybe 120 after this pizza.
Yeah? I was wearing sandals.
What made you, like, what pushed you to become this way?
People like you.
Well, bite of my pizza?
People who called me fatso, people who bullied me, made me feel not worth anything, people who ignored me, treating me like nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it works. Usual stuff.
Sounds like my wife.
You don't have a wife.
Is this kind of compensating, like getting back at all the people who made fun of me?
It's not compensating. It's not getting back. It's just, you know, I mean, it's just proving something to them. But most importantly, proving something to me.
What about the other one? What about the other people? No, I don't think they're gonna see you. Maybe at a high school reunion.
Yeah.
Not high school, like.
Soon enough, they're gonna see me on the big screen.
Okay, so what about proving to yourself? Like, I don't think you need to prove anything more. I mean, you already got this whole house.
I could be better than this, David.
I mean, you're already pretty good, you know?
Yeah, but I could be better. I never settle for less.
That's the idea. It's more easier.
The only time I settle for less is when it's more efficient to get myself to the top. I have this undying ambition in me, David.
That's what I respect about you. You always want more. Like, your status, your wealth, your body. Like, if I literally transferred consciousness with you, I would be content with who I am now. But that's not you. You always want to be like the best you can be. And that's what I respect about you.
Thank you.
Can people like tell if you're putting up an act or not? Like your whole persona thing.
Oh yeah, about that. Most of them think I'm putting up an act.
Yeah.
Or something.
Like a certain someone. Carmody. Yeah. I had to make another extra day to film. Thanks.
Oh yeah. See, the thing is, David, about my persona, it's literally just an extension of me. That's the thing. Like, what I'm putting on, like the front that I'm putting, I'm being genuine.
What's an extension of?
Of me. Like, that's me actually being genuine. All my life, I've been shelled up and shy, very, you know what I mean? It's very, I was very reserved, very quiet. It only started at 8th grade when I started to come out of my shell and become who I am.
You know, you kind of remind me of myself when I was younger, you know? I was the shy, fat, nerdy kid that played, like, card games and all, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, ever since I got into high school, more coming out of my shell, like, you know? Started, like, hanging out with other people, going to parties, doing activities.
Mm-hmm.
Legal, of course, legal.
I've been not bullied per se, ostracized. I was different from the rest of them.
You were built different, basically.
Yeah, but it didn't help the fact that I'm also fat. Most of my time in the Philippines, I blocked it out because those were bad memories, and the good memories too. All that's left with me is the pain.
So basically, you come into America with like a second start, like a fresh reset, basically.
Ever since I started coming out of my shell, that's when it started to really blossom, and where I started to really forget those memories. I think this story will answer a lot of the reasons why I am the way I am.
Really, I'm interested now.
So when I was 6 or 7, right? I was in elementary, right? We were in a class. It was present your friends. So we were about to give a presentation about our friends, right? Since it was alphabetical order, my name is Emilio Luis Acosta. My name starts with an A. I was one of the first people to go. So I gave my presentation, right? I listed my friends and all that. And after that's done, people started presenting. And as the class went by, I was waiting for my name to be mentioned there, and, you know, maybe find someone who appreciates me in that class.
And no one said your name.
Right. No one mentioned it.
Damn. That's rough, buddy. Well,
what do you think that will do to a kid?
Probably, like, I'm not even sure what to do. I've never been in that situation.
If you were that kid who thought everyone was your friend, you appreciated everyone, right? but you found out that no one even thought of you. No one even put that. Wouldn't you want to be the center of attention all the time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so about that front, did I tame it down a bit?
Yeah, at the end you did.
I tamed down my character, right?
Yeah, character, right?
Carmody. So because apparently I have to tame down my personality for societal standards.
And by societal standards you mean Carmedy's grading scale, right?
Right. Quite interesting indeed.